Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The studio lights glimmered softly, reflecting off the polished floors of the iconic morning show set. Cameras were rolling, but something felt different that day. Eamonn Holmes, usually the picture of composure and charm, sat quietly behind his desk, staring at a small folded note in his hand. The audience watched from home, unaware that they were about to witness a moment that would linger in hearts for years. It began like any other morning, cheerful banter, laughter, and stories meant to brighten the start of someone's day. But halfway through, Eamonn's smile faltered. His eyes glistened under the studio lights, a rare crack in his famously steady demeanor. I have something personal to share today," he said, his voice trembling ever so slightly. The audience leaned in, sensing the shift. Millions of viewers, scrolling through social media and clutching their coffee cups, suddenly paused. Eamonn spoke of love and loss, the kind of love that lingers long after the person is gone. He told the story of his childhood dog, Max, who had been with him through every scrape, heartbreak, and triumph. Max had been more than a pet, he was a confidant, a source of comfort in a world that often felt too big and too fast. "My Max, he's gone," Eamonn whispered, a lump forming in his throat. "And it's harder than I ever imagined. Some losses you can prepare for, but this one, it just hits you all at once, like a wave you can't swim against." There was silence. Not the awkward kind, but a stillness heavy with shared grief. Millions of homes sat hushed, hearts aching in sync with the man they'd watched laugh and joke for decades. Comments began flooding social media. "I can feel his pain. He's usually so strong. This is raw. We're crying with him." What made the moment so shattering wasn't just the story of a beloved pet, it was the raw humanity Eamonn revealed, the vulnerability behind the polished television persona. For a fleeting moment, the cameras faded into the background, and what the world saw was a man saying goodbye to something that had shaped his life. He reached for a tissue, his hands slightly shaking. "Max taught me to love without condition, to forgive, to laugh even when the world felt against me. Losing him, it's like losing a part of my own heart." The emotion was contagious. Viewers didn't just feel sadness, they remembered their own goodbyes, the childhood friend who moved away, the grandparent who told stories until their voice faded, the first heartbreak that left a permanent echo in the chest. Eamonn's loss mirrored theirs, and suddenly millions of people were connected through shared vulnerability. Then came the final goodbye. Eamonn placed the folded note on the desk, a letter he had written to Max in the quiet of the night, and looked directly into the camera. "Goodbye, old friend," he said, voice cracking. "Thank you for everything. I'll carry you with me, always." The cameras lingered, capturing every moment. Eamonn didn't rush the pain. He let it be seen, let it be felt. By the end of the segment, social media was ablaze with tributes, not just to Max, but to the humanity that Eamonn had shared. Memes of laughter were replaced by heartfelt comments, and for once, the world paused to grieve together. When the cameras finally cut, Eamonn Holmes walked off the set, shoulders heavy, but somehow lighter. He had shared a goodbye that broke millions, not in tragedy, but in honesty, in love, and in the simple universal truth that loss, though painful, connects us all. And for that day, Eamonn reminded the world that even the strongest among us can be fragile, that tears are not weakness, and that sometimes a goodbye is the most human thing of all.